So the first thing we want to do is to copy the sin file, right? So I think whatever sin files you need, you're gonna store the soil, the SIN file in your drain mod / soils folder. So I'm gonna use my file, which is westland 2. I already have a sin file. In your case you have a different file, right? So you can, so you're gonna have to copy your sin file that you created using Rosetta or using drain mod utility and paste it in not just sin file but the SIN and then the MIS and WDV, or you can just copy all of those files in, like all the files that were created by utility, just copy and paste them.
Where do we put them?
In, well, it should be in your soils folder already. Now the next part is to check whether you have the right weather files for this soil. So to do that, you're gonna go to your my box folder, the project folder, and then go to inputs weather and open the weather stations list Excel sheet. Now if you look into this, there is several, you can just look for the soil that is assigned to you. So I'm going to go into Westland and see what weather stations I'm supposed to use for precipitation. This is Columbus, Ohio for precipitation, and for temperature I need Columbus, Ohio. So what you can do is go to the inputs weather station, inputs weather folder, and then find that Columbus, Ohio RAI and the temperature file, and then copy these two files and then copy these files into your drain mod folder, drain mod / weather, and you're gonna have to paste them here.
Yeah, I tried to download podcast, but
Now one more thing you get from the this weather stations list is the latitude longitude coordinates for the weather station, and you also get the heat index for that. Okay,
hold on. So we need
the column P and column G.
download it so I can.
Okay. You're gonna need these two inputs when you actually set up your drain mod project. Okay, so just keep them in here for now. We'll come back to that later. Now once you have your soil files and weather files, you are ready to create a new project for that particular soil.
Yes.
So go to your drain mod, open projects, and we're gonna start with our master project, which was ODH test. Is that right?
Yes.
Test 1_1 ODH.
Dot project, right?
Or
Yes.
what was the name? Yeah. So open that, then project, save as.
Wait.
So first thing we're gonna do is save it
I'm
as
getting all these things.
Westland. Oh, okay. That means you don't have file. Don't worry about it. Just cancel it and then save it as.
I don't have what?
Embarrassing, and then it just
Ah.
like
Yeah, for now just cancel and save it as.
yeah, like the Peter Pan people, like I picture them like whirling around, like out of control.
So we're gonna call this as a master project.
Okay.
And would you like to open? Yes. And then you can close the old project, discard all changes. So now you have your test project open, right? And then okay, now in project settings, the main thing you want to do is hydrology and then simulate soil temperature. Okay, first one, and then conventional drainage Thornthwaite method, and then daily, monthly, yearly rankings, and then check this daily hydrology plot file. Okay, then go to manage inputs, if you go to manage inputs, because we switched on the soil freeze and thaw, go to soil and you're gonna have to select the MIS file. So I'm gonna select mine as westland2.mis. You can select whatever MIS file you have for your soil. Okay. If you look into hydrology, you already have that gen project, gen file created. Soil is taken care of now, not yet, but the soil file you need to change. This was for the old test project which was set up for the Blount soil. So you're gonna have to change it to whatever soil you are using. In my case it is Westland 2, and then the same thing for MIS. Okay, so you got Westland 2 as a soil input for our project. Then in weather file, this is where you remember you looked at the weather station that you need. So this is where you set up your weather station. So for RAI, which is rainfall, select the weather station. In my case it was Columbus RAI. Now, and then temperature file, select the same thing again, Columbus. In my case it is Columbus temperature file. Now in crops we are not going to do anything. In drainage design, start with drain depth of 30 centimeters and then the spacing of 230 centimeters, and then actual distance from surface to impermeable layer. Now this number it changes as per the soils. So you're going to have to go into your soil, the soil that you are looking at, and if you look at your .ros file, you have the bottom depth of the layer assigned. That bottom depth of the layer is the actual distance to the impermeable layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up my file for where did my file go?
Yeah, I had an alarm set at 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my file Westland, and my bottom depth is 80 inches, which is about 200 centimeters. So I'm gonna specify 200 centimeters, 203 centimeters here as the bottom depth of my soil. And then drainage coefficient is the same, initial depth is the same, everything else is the same. I think these two need to change, and they are based on so everything else is the same. We just need to change the surface storage parameters. I'm looking for those, and those are stored in the ODH protocols. Where did it go? There it is, maximum surface storage, and so 2.5 and 1. These are the two parameters we're going to specify here.
Are you working through the model with the batch runs?
Yeah.
Is that
Okay. Now once you change the depth and spacing, you wanna come on that side?
Come on the other side.
Hit the recalculate button so that it calculates the effective depth.
And it's 2.5 for all of them.
2.5, yeah. So this is your drainage design. This is how you set it up. Weir setting, we don't have to worry about it. Seepage we are not doing. Soil water characteristics should be automatically read from the SIN. Now you're gonna have to specify your lateral saturated hydraulic conductivity here, and you can get that from again your own soil file. In my case, my saturated conductivity was this much for the Westland, and when you multiply this number, this is in micrometers per second, so you're gonna have to multiply that by 0.36 to get centimeters per hour.
I don't have that number for everything I have.
You should have it in all your soil files, like the original raw data that you use.